How many of us are guilty of asking children, what do you want to be when you grow up? Yet we never talk to them about their mental or spiritual journey. And maybe because nobody's ever talked to us about it. Well, that's about to change. Hello, everyone. I'm Pamela Marshall, the author of The Art of Forgiveness, an expression of peace. This mental and spiritual journey is the key. I had the opportunity of being with two of my siblings when they transitioned. When we come here, the mind is already working. The mind is working in the womb. That's why they encourage moms to be conscientious about what they're reading, what they're listening to, and then, do the things that are soothing to that soul that's developing in their wombs. Then at the end of the journey, the last thing that goes is the mind. The body stops working. People may not be able to do anything, but they say you can still hear. And I witnessed that with one of my brothers. So if that is the case, then why do we talk more about our careers or who we're going to marry or where we're going to live? We speak more about those things than we do the mind, which is probably, no, I won't say probably, it is why we are in the greatest mental health challenge that we have ever seen. We have access to more things, but our minds are less settled. How and why are we not paying more attention to the mind? If we go to bed at night and we cannot sleep, we get up and we're restless. We are sitting in the presence of other people and we feel alone. We have the ability to go purchase things, and then by next month we need more things. We think if we get a certain car, a certain house, that's going to satisfy that need that we have. And we continue this journey unfulfilled. Stress, anxiety, depression, all of the things that impact the mind. This piece of the journey that we spend the least amount of time talking about. And in an interview that I did with a psychiatrist, he said, we cannot write enough prescriptions to get the people in America out of the mental health crisis that we're in. So what can we do? What can we do on our own? I think the most important thing is to start a practice of quiet time. Yeah. It's free, no downside, no side effects, except being quiet will save you and others from hearing some things that you may have to apologize for. I'm not saying give people the silent treatment. I'm saying give you the space to use the language of silence, even for yourself. I awaken in the morning, and that's the first thing that I want to do. Because sometimes even when I awaken with thoughts, after I write them down or record them or whatever I do to be able to hold on to those thoughts that I awaken with, the good ones, then I need some quiet time. Because we didn't just wake up for no reason. 250,000 people every day don't wake up. So if we wake up, then that means there's something that we need to do. If you didn't rest well, then I want you to start thinking about how am I going to prepare my day, my evening, so that by the end of the day, I am prepared to rest. And part of that is deciding where you're going to put those thoughts that keep you awake. You're going to decide, what am I going to eat today? Because I have a goal of resting tonight. You're going to decide, what activity am I going to do today? because I need some exercise. Exercise helps with the sleep hormone, believe it or not. So I'm going to make some conscious decisions so that my mind can be at rest. How am I going to manage the thoughts that churn at me? You see, when we look out in nature and we see a tree, the tree is not just growing up with one root. There are branches in the root system that help give it the stability that it has. So when we are doing the things that we need to do for our mind, it encompasses more than one thing. So we must have these other things in place. And we may not always have somebody that we can discuss things with. Use your journaling for that. Because sometimes when we're sharing with people, it can put us in a deeper place than we were in before. Because everybody's having their challenges as well. So write it down. Start to keep a journal of the things that you are grateful for. Yeah. And I'm going to encourage you to write down why you're thankful that you're still breathing. That is the first place that you start with gratitude. And then I want you to take time and think about your vital organs that have to be operating in order for you to still be here. Write those things down. And I promise you, if you start to do that every day, then that will help redirect your mind. Redirect your mind so that you can have a more productive moment. The moments by moments of this journey can be more productive in you enjoying the gift of peace. Make peace your destination in every moment. Whatsoever things are good, whatsoever things are pure, think on those things. Your mind should be at the top of your list when you are planning your day. How am I going to keep my mind in a place of peace regardless to the chaos around me, regardless to what I think is the most pressing thing? My cousin said his mother used to say to him, "You know what, son? In 100 years, nobody's going to remember." Imagine, we're worrying about some things that if we're here in 100 years, we won't even remember what it was today. We can do it. You can do it. You really are the captain of this mental ship. And our peace is in our hands. We can't control anybody else. What they do, what they think is completely irrelevant. Be careful of your thoughts. Your cells are listening, and they're counting on you for them to remain healthy. Rest, exercise, look at your plate, and make sure that what you're eating is going to benefit your brain and ultimately how you feel. I'm Pamela Marshall, the author of The Art of Forgiveness. Please visit my website, www.pameladmarshall.com, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for joining me for this edition of Chat with Pamela. I'll see you next time.